Starting out with some love for the all-age class, cause remember, DCA no longer exists. Today we're going on a journey with the Bushwackers across the country. Well, from New Jersey to Indianapolis. I actually marched in Bushwackers in 2007 and also taught there from 2012 to 2015. It's good to see them still out there doing great things and making the cut into my top 20 favorite shows. Yes, these rankings, they're solely based off of what shows that I thought were the most entertaining, and I will also do my best to explain what these shows were about in case you didn't understand them. Bush's show was one of the easier ones to understand, but I gotta say, this train, it looks way nicer than any train I've ever been on. They're usually pretty dirty and smelly. But the Bushwackers were certainly not dirty. I can't confirm or deny if they were smelly, though. This was certainly an enjoyable ride that I would like to get on again. Skoboosh! This show does not take place on grass, at least in the mind's eye. No, the Spartans are performing in the desert at the Burning Man Festival. The week-long outdoor celebration of art, music, and self-expression serves as the central inspiration for Spartans' 2024 production, Utopia. The props start in the desert, and they gradually turn around into elaborate artwork. I've never been to the Burning Man Festival, or any festival for that matter, because, well, I don't really like large crowds like that. But this show has got me intrigued. Good job, Spartans, and congrats on winning first place at DCI Open Class World Championships as well. The Blue Knights are out here balancing on the edge of obscurity, turning sidewalks into stages. For those of you who might not know, busking, that is the same exact thing as street performing. Some of us Americans might not know that. And the Blue Knights tell the story of life performing on the street for pocket change. Although the pocket change, it reminded me of playing Sonic the Hedgehog on Sega Genesis. We have all these pointy spear props as well, and I'm pretty sure those represent being stuck in an endless cycle of performing on the street. Kinda like the lyrics to that Dance Monkey song. An inspiring show from Blue Knights. Next time I see a homeless person on the street, I'll make sure that I throw all of my gold rings at them. This show lets the audience know that it's okay to be yourself, to speak your mind and be the person that you want to be. Aw, how sweet. One side of these props features structured lattice work, serving as the manifestation of the shield that one may have up. This is juxtaposed with detailed images of male faces on the opposite sides, which get revealed as the show progresses. Well, it was that until it got cut. Yeah, the faces got taken out and were replaced with, well, nothing. Just this kind of generic artwork. Which kind of stunk, honestly, because I actually liked the giant heads. I thought it made the show more unique, in my opinion. Anyways, Evanescence's Bring Me to Life serves as the show's closer and the culmination of the Corps' journey of finding the hero within themselves. So much of life happens beneath our feet in places where we share our common experiences. The field. The Colts traverse through 4 distinct settings that are designed to transport audience members back to a moment in their life. The football fields performed on throughout the 2024 DCI tour serve as the tapestry that weaves all of these areas together. Some very cool music throughout this production, and I certainly appreciated the screaming trumpet guy. We end by planting seeds of life for the next generation of fields to grow, although this performance takes place on AstroTurf, so I'm not sure how well that's going to work out for them. Celebrating their 50th anniversary, the Crossmen share their story of having a lush life. And what better way to share that story than with the jazziest show of the year? This was a fun musical selection from the Crossmen, as always, although I was expecting a crazy jazz drum set solo at some point, which unfortunately that never came. Nonetheless, a fun and entertaining show from Bones once again.
Battalion.
For those of you who didn't pay attention in history class, the Spanish Armada is a Spanish naval invasion force sent against England by Philip II of Spain in 1588, and this armada was defeated by the English fleet.
Spanish Armada. 1588.
That is correct.
Throughout the show, we are on a mission to conquer the enemy, but we are overpowered, our ships being set ablaze. I liked how the battalion portrayed this story along with some cool Spanish musical arrangements. I do love a good story, and the battalion did not disappoint with this one. This show takes us back to a time of simpler yet profound realities, where a lone stranger embarks on a meaningful journey across a scenic river. I definitely liked the elaborate prop design throughout this show. It kind of reminded me of one of those gigantic inflatable water park obstacle course thingies. It was very cool looking. These winding river props symbolize life's twists and turns, while the buckets symbolize the burdens we all carry, which are eventually released into the water in a powerful act of cleansing and transformation. Good job, Music City. This was quite the entertaining performance. Before we get into the EMC Top 12, I would like to give a shout out to the Commandant's Own, the United States Marines Drum and Bugle Corps. I was in this unit for 4 years, and it's great to see them still putting on an entertaining show and throwing down the beats, as always.
Once again, the Commandant's Own.
Setting the universal language of love against a representation of the cosmos, the Blue Stars explore the intimacy of sharing our view of the universe with another soul while embarking on a search for our place amongst the vastness of space. Well, I certainly loved these massive, massive planet props. These were very, very cool looking. It honestly reminded me of my middle school solar system diorama project. Although Pluto does not count as a planet anymore, so I'm sure the Blue Stars were a little relieved that they didn't need another prop for that one. This was a fun show, and I certainly liked the staging for the soloist in Jupiter's red spot and also on Saturn's rings. Very creative show, Blue Stars. I liked it. Artist Frida Kahlo's work serves as the inspiration behind Pacific Crest's 2024 production, The Broken Column. This is the same title of one of her paintings where she visually depicts the pain she experienced daily due to her spinal injury. While being bedbound, this show explores the different emotions Kahlo felt during this time. It's a pretty sad story, to be honest, but Pacific Crest, you guys kept me hooked throughout the whole production. Also, congrats to Pacific Crest for their highest score in the Corps' history, and also the highest placement in the Corps' history. They were just one spot out of making it into world-class finals this year. But well, you made it into the top 12 in my video. It's too bad I'm not the one and only judge at DCI. The name Vauquerie translates to Old Square in French, which refers to New Orleans' historic French Quarter neighborhood. The Mandarins are exploring the city of New Orleans during the witching hour. No, not the NFL Red Zone witching hour. This refers to the hour late at night when the city becomes haunted. Ooh, spooky. We start outside with seemingly normal city buildings, but then we immerse ourselves in the vibrant nightlife. This brings me back to earlier this year in February, where I actually went to Mardi Gras for the first time. This was a really cool experience, and I thought this show did a very good job portraying the scene with the masks and costuming. The Mandarins sure know how to design a fun show with some very cool music. Born from Greek mythology, Carolina Crown shares the story of Prometheus. The tale begins in an act of defiance against Zeus, stealing fire from atop Olympus and bringing it to Earth. With the fire, Prometheus forges humanity from rock and clay. However, humanity misuses this gift, enjoying the excesses of life rather than enriching the world. Zeus is enraged by Prometheus's creation of humanity and sentenced Prometheus to 30,000 years of eternal torture. Dang, that's excessive. I think a slap on the wrist would have done just fine there. Maybe community service at best. But we do have a positive ending. Zeus is moved by Prometheus's unbreakable spirit of defiance and hope and shares Olympus's flame with humanity once again. Quite a fascinating story here that was very interesting to follow along with as soon as I read the description on Crown's website, so I knew what the heck was actually happening. The massive torch and mountain props were very visually outstanding, and Crown sounds amazing as always. This is another corps that I marched in back in the day, and it's good to see Crown still kicking some butt and placing on the top 5 once again. On a landscape of sound, shape, object, and art, the 2024 Blue Devils present the Romantics. Elements of romanticism are engaged throughout an eclectic soundtrack where the past and present collide in dramatic form. The dynamics of motion and texture bring the individual into a living, breathing production as the Romantics celebrate the drum corps medium with intensity and passion. Many cultures associate horses with spirit, power, and freedom in their artworks, and unfortunately there's a rule against using live animals in a DCI show, so Blue Devils they had to settle for metal horses, which were fitting with the music of Joe Hisaishi's merry-go-round. These box props were very interesting too, they certainly kept me curious throughout the show to see what they all transformed into. Blue Devils, once again, looking and sounding amazing, and congrats on the top 3 finish. For those of you who don't know, a vagabond, that is a person who wanders from place to place without a home or a job. When you think about it, drum corps, that is just a whole bunch of vagabonds that are very good at marching and playing. And SCV, they take this idea to the field. Our story begins with the main character taking the initiative to wander out to a new place, and so we venture out into the world with nothing but the clothes on our backs, or the bright blue jackets in SCV's case. As the story goes on, we make new friends and share new stories with our fellow vagabonds. The percussion section was absolutely amazing as always. Congrats to SCV for winning the Fred Stanford Award. And another congrats for SCV coming back after a 1-year hiatus stronger than ever. I'm sure that can't be easy to do, but they pulled it off with flying colors, placing in the top 6. Very nicely done. Before we get to the EMC top 6 rankings, there were a bunch of corps that were really close to getting into my top 20 shows, and they deserve an honorable mention. This production pieces together the different Madison-isms in a way that reflect the Corps' identity in 2024. We have many pieces coming together to make something greater than the sum of its parts. The structure of Mosaic is visually and narratively centered on a work of art. Musically, the production traverses through several genres that provide drum corps audiences with a new set of memorable Madison Scouts moments. And this show was certainly memorable. I really liked all of the music in this show, especially the closer. This arrangement of Unholy, this just sounded fantastic. Huge congratulations to the Madison Scouts for earning a spot in finals for the first time in 7 years. This was well deserved as you had one of my favorite shows of the year. Spirit of Atlanta invites viewers to explore the multifaceted realm of creatures in our lives. Adding to this visual spectacle are two significant head structures, each representing different stages of life. The adult head on side 2 symbolizes the imagination of later life stages, while the youth head on side 1 embodies the imagination in our early years. And holy crap, dude, these props, they were insane. I was just drawn into this show before we even started, watching these props get wheeled out. I loved the inspiration from the Spirit Walker YouTube channel as well.
Hello, Doggo. Do you not care about my appearance? Good doggy.
Our journey concludes with all things becoming entwined. We celebrate that we are all now creatures in this world, beautiful creations of our imaginations. Boston is embracing the imperfection. Throughout the program, the art of accidental or intentional malfunction creates a wonderfully unique experience and identity. These light-up shakos and hula hoop props, I thought these were used perfectly throughout the entire show. There's a multi-dimensional multiverse alternate reality aspect to the show, and the hoops represent portals to pass through into different time and space. The musical production throughout this is quite interesting as well, as we glitch back and forth throughout all kinds of musical styles. We might have even gotten a tease for the 2025 production at the end of this show.
On the field, from Boston, Massachusetts, presenting their 2025 program.
That would be legendary if Boston started their show next year the same way that this one ended. Whatever the case, congrats to Boston on an amazing second place finish and the highest score in the Corps' history. Well done. The Troopers 2023 program chronicled the journey of a cowboy as he sought to do the unthinkable, to lasso the sun. This year we pick up where 2023 left off and attempts to answer the question, how? Ah yes, the Troopers lore continues. The 2024 production tells the story of making a deal with the devil. We once again have some cool props with these hydraulic stages and the return of Sunny, the rotating sun prop. This was such a cool story from top to bottom, and this devil guitar player, this guy absolutely stole the show. I mean, I thought the devil was supposed to be a fiddle player, but I kinda like him as a shredding guitarist better. I just love how Troopers do a continuous story year after year into the next seasons. It's like a Netflix series, Marching Arts edition. And I don't even have to wait to see what happens next, because the Troopers already announced their 2025 show. Geez, you guys wasted no time at all with that one. Well, I'm certainly looking forward to it. The Troopers always have one of my favorite shows every single year. The forward progress of time is measured in seconds, but it is the moments we create in time that measure our humanity. We are nothing but matter, but in this moment, we matter. This moment changes everything. Change is everything. This video will change your life. Or at least let you know how epic Bluecoats' show was this year. Throughout this production, we are searching for shapes and patterns, ordering and reordering our thoughts, and finding a way to create meaning in the beautiful mess of our own lived experience. Bluecoats, as always, had some very fun and very difficult music. There were just so many challenging things throughout this show, and the Bluecoats nailed them all flawlessly. We had all kinds of isolated attacks and just crazy spread out staging that I honestly have not seen a drum corps attempt before to this degree of difficulty. And how about that flag feature? This was such a cool moment. They must have had Chuck McGill on their visual design team for that one. Congrats to the Bluecoats for getting their first gold medal since 2016. This was well deserved, and you had one of my favorite shows as well. Fandom starts off by peeling back the layers of the mind in hope of discovering a world of infinite possibilities. Delving into the depths of imagination, we unearth intrusive thoughts that run rapidly through the many facets of the mind. Those darn intrusive thoughts, they'll get you every time. Each of these moments represents snapshots of the complexities within. In search of solace, we aim to tame those thoughts and gain peace of mind. This show features a diverse array of passionate and powerful music, capturing moments of clarity and peace, as well as bouts of chaos, confusion, and self-doubt. Oh yes, I love the dark and twisted shows, and literally we were twisting around in all directions. The music throughout this entire production was amazing as well, especially this closing segment. This was super epic. Congrats to Phantom Regiment for a strong 4th place finish and being my personal favorite show of the year. Compose a comment and let me know what your favorite DCI shows were this year. Click on this video here for more DCI content, and have a good morning.